just no lens filming crazy lights. And then the music just makes it magic.
I'd never been so inspired by a script before. It was just celebration of life and humanity and love and how we can get so lost along the way.
The fact that it's an African-American family at the center of it, that there's two kids that are both involved in interracial relationships, but that's not the point of the film.
You think it's gonna lead a certain way or end a certain way, and then halfway through it completely flips.
I think it was a lot of personal things in my life that had to go through and get on the other side of, have some perspective. And then I think also meeting Kel on the last movie was really huge and instrumental to this all becoming what it was.
I think there was something to it where all these themes that I saw in my own life parallel with Trey's life. And I was just like, okay, I have to tell this story with you. I believe in it and I am it. And I have to find the truth in it all, you know? Everything's gonna be okay, all right? All right?
When you're in some of the worst moments of life, you think that's what it is, you know, but then life keeps going and you navigate new terrain. So I thought it was exciting having a movie kind of explore that, the good and the bad and everything in between, in life, in love, in relationships. And ultimately, it's about healing and forgiveness and love. Tyler is played by Kelvin Harrison Jr. His journey, his arc, it's a tragic arc, you know? He has a great life that dismantles and collapses in on him very fast, and he doesn't have time to process anything. And so Ty started with myself and stuff in my past. I still have the scars from my shoulder from wrestling. Everything in his world are very much inspired by things I lived, but then that became a collaboration of Kelvin, taking things from his own life and us coming together to make this special person.
Trey, he was like, I'm doing my version of a high school movie. He was telling me he was writing the script and he had me in mind, and he sent it to me and I called him and I was like, this is brilliant. It was this idea of obsession, and I know I have an obsessive quality to me, and I did when I was in high school, and it was just like, no matter what, I have to win. And if it didn't happen, I was devastated. I think there was something to it where it was just like, okay, relationships and people and knowing that we hurt the people that we love the most. I fucking hate you, man. I fucking hate you. I can't stand you, man.
Is that the case? I like that kid. I like him a lot. Like, he cares so much, and he puts a lot of pressure on himself. Sometimes I want to just hug him because I don't think he's ever happy with a take. You know, see Trey come up to him and say, how you feel, you good? He's like, but then again, he's also playing a very difficult human being, and I don't know if that person is ever happy. You know what I'm saying? But he's a phenomenal young actor. And I hope once he sees the film, he's happy. You should be happy. He did a great job.
Working with Kelvin is amazing. He prepares in an entirely different way than I prepare. So just seeing how dedicated he is, he's a great person to work with.
When me and Alexa talked a lot in prep, we were just like, she's codependent. We're codependent for each other. He's a codependent narcissist, and she's a codependent, she just runs away. Come on, Lex, I can't just leave you out here. Just get in the car, Alexis.
Just leave.
Let's get in the car.
Leave me alone.
I'll take you fucking home.
No, just leave me alone. It was a little bit personal. My mom had me really young. She almost had an abortion, didn't. And then the domestic abuse.
You give me shit for all that shit!
I know so many girls that deal with that. I think we just are looking for love and support, and we don't know how to get it or how to give it because we're teenagers, and we're just trying to figure it out the best way we can.
And working with her has just been like, you gotta stay ready. She keeps me interested, she keeps me excited, she keeps me in awe. I'm just mesmerized by her presence in general, and she thinks I'm lying every time I say it, but anyway, I love Alexa.
If you can't keep it going, you can forget about hanging out with your friends or running around with that little girl of yours. Quit shaking your head at me, boy. This is my house. If you don't like the way I run things, then you can be about
Sterling, I love. He's amazing. He was like a dream, and you don't know if you'll get the dream. Then you got the dream, and he just blew me away. He's the best, and I can't imagine this movie without him.
Gotta take pride in what you do, son. Don't you ever forget that. I was like, this guy's got a vision. Then I got to sort of the central event of our film, which was the death of a young girl. And then the movie has like a whole nother half. And I remember thinking, like, this is a good movie. It does make a difference. If this character were white, the way the stigma attached to the central event would be different than the fact that you're black. I said it before, I'll say it again, the world don't give a shit about you or me. We are not afforded the luxury of being average. Gotta work 10 times as hard just to get anywhere. It wasn't something that I had to be afraid of per se, but something that I could utilize as I took the journey of this character and how he sort of shifts the way in which he parents his daughter after he realizes that the way in which he parented his son was not the most effective. I think about your brother every day. The things that I could have done differently, but we can't change it, you know? All we have is now. All we have is now, and I'm telling you this because I love you. Holding on to that much hate will destroy a person, and I'm not about to let that happen to you.
It's a really big privilege to work with Sterling.
Cut. Beautiful.
Cutting.
Beautiful.
He is consistently giving and curious and strong in a gentle way, and yeah, he's great.
Emily's played by Taylor Russell. She's unbelievable. I hadn't seen anything she'd done, and she just sent in a tape. Her interpretation and her gut instinct and read on everything was so spot on and perfect. She can do nothing, but it looks like she's doing nothing, but so much is going on inside internally. It's this sort of powerful, quiet strength. And Tay just like blew me away, man, because she's endlessly fascinating, and there's always something complex and interesting going on in her head.
It was the most beautiful script, and it just told so many different stories, and I think based on who you connect to maybe the most, you get something different out of the film.
She's great. I mean, she's very, very bright, and she makes very informed choices.
I mean, every role is challenging in a different way. It's been difficult because of how much trauma this girl is reeling from and trying to settle in with being a teenager. I think playing the truth of that is a big stressful thing, and just making sure it's true, I think that's something that's always really hard.
God, she's so sensitive and gentle, and yet she has so much conviction and fire. And I think that it's a balance of those two things that Emily walks that line, and she's so really perfect for it. Hello? Hi. Would you maybe want to grab something to eat with me later?
Lucas brought a lot of self into it too, trying to be vulnerable and honest and bring this side to him that feels genuine and true.
I trust Lucas. We're best friends. I trust him so much. So nothing with him has been difficult when we work together, because he is like my safe space.
Do you sing?
No. I mean, I do sing. I'm not a good singer for sure. It hurts my heart.
But you can't sing?
No, totally. I just feel like the two of us are really going through this together, and it surprises me how emotionally connected I am to her, and how it feels like an emotional roller coaster outside of the movie as much as it does in the creation of it itself. I like to think that all of the darkest things we experience are actually just as important and just as special as the moments in which we want to like run down the street because we've just fallen in love. And I think this movie puts forth the idea that it's all the human experience, I think, in a beautiful way.
Renee plays Catherine, the mother of the family, and Renee is a queen. She's amazing. I had only seen her really in Hamilton and got really excited at the idea of working with her, and luckily it worked out. She has some incredibly heavy emotional stuff to deliver, and she just brought truth and honesty.
I can't.
I can't look at you and not think of him.
I don't often run towards the opportunity to play a mom. I find often when the story is about children that are older, the story for the parents becomes really marginalized. What I was attracted to about Trey and what he did in Waves is that he actually peered into what was happening in the parents' lives.
You're not here. Like, you're not here. You're not. It's not a family anymore.
Trey's the type of guy where it's just like you see his films and you see what he can do and you see the stuff that he's written and it comes from such a real place. And his instincts are so on and just present and radiating through the whole film set in a strange way.
He's great because he knows exactly what he wants.
All our choices are to stem from Tyler and then Emily. So it's all about their subjective experience. So if the camera's spinning in the car with them, because that's how Tyler and Alexis's love feels right now, and that's how it feels to feel free with the person you love in your car at that age. But then when Emily's taking over and she's in grief, her world's falling apart, we're not moving at all. You know, it's static frames, 1-3-3, shallower focus, isolating her from her environment. And that's what's spiritually true for her at that point. So it's all just really letting their headspaces dictate where we go with the camera and why.
And it's interesting because the movie has light and dark in it, you know? And at no point in time have I seen him on set be dark. I think he's incredibly creative. His direction is simple, but clear, and he doesn't give it unless he feels as if he needs to. And he creates an environment where people feel collaborative, they feel heard and appreciated.
The thing that makes Trey a really special filmmaker is he really draws from his experience. He really, really tries to steal from life. Like, he steals real dialogue, he steals moments. And you're watching really great actors portray these real moments. So it's not even like you're watching a film.
Love is a four-letter word, and so is hate. We're in a world full of hate right now. Everybody's pointing finger at somebody else, and you're no good, and you're no good, and we're no good, and they're no good. Ain't nobody good right now. So we need love to bring people back. There used to be an old thing when I was growing up, it says it takes a village to raise a child. It's gonna take that same village to bring us back to love.
It's just a story about a family who's trying to survive and make it, and about love and what love looks like in different relationships.
This movie highlights our need to find healing in another person.
And I think Trey really challenges us with this film. We as an audience have to do the same, is look at that, take a step back, and forgive.
It's truthful in so many ways to how hard life can be, but also how really incredibly beautiful it can be as well.
I don't know, we're just all searching for ourselves and some love. And I think that's what makes this movie so beautiful.
I got to make something I deeply care about and love with people I deeply care about and love, and that's a gigantic privilege. And I am so, so blessed and humbled I got to do that.